Rough Edge FM. Irritatingly irresistible internet radio at roughedgefm.com.
There's so much going on in your community that even in this age of information, it's tough to keep up. This show will help. It's all about what's new, what's happening, and what's out there. So if you're ready, sit back and listen up, Santa Paula.
Gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Listen Up Santa Paula. John, when they said sit back and listen up,
sit back.
It wasn't meant for you.
No, I'm trying to. This chair is kind of weird.
I know.
Yeah, it's automatically reclining, and I don't care for that. And you're all upright.
I am.
We need to get a new chair.
Yeah.
So.
And notice that my presence is so much more dominating.
Of course, you always do that. That's an ego thing, right? Mm-hmm.
It is a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I get you.
I almost feel like we got to bring your camera down. We should have maybe done that before we went on air.
Yeah. There you go. I know. There's way too much, not enough of me, and way too much of the background. Look at that. Perfect. There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
And you got our producer right above your head there, Scott Bolton.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
okay. Holding a very big bottle of something.
Oh yeah, whatever. So
anyway, I feel like I'm being casted upon a shadow.
Look at
here.
You got
bags under my eyes.
Oh God,
I need a
gotta
nap.
get some rest.
I do. I need a nap.
Don't you take an afternoon nap anyway?
I do.
Okay. Okay.
Did we met last Wednesday?
Yeah.
Why do I forget that?
You're getting old.
I am. It feels like it's been so long since we've done this.
I know.
But
and the week before it was like we had just talked the day before, and it was a week.
Yeah, I know.
Weird how the weeks work.
Very weird. Very weird. Anyway, so John, we're gonna talk a little bit about social media explosions. But before we do that, you said you had an announcement you wanted to make.
Announcement?
Yeah.
About which one? What are we talking
about? The election.
Oh, yeah. Just to remind everybody that the election is this Tuesday, March 5th. Get out and vote. We have if you
wait a minute, did you say March?
Yes,
we are already into March.
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
So I know we're like, I was just talking to somebody about we're already 2 months into the year, and it's
I know. But so what are you doing for Christmas this year?
Yeah, I know. Start planning it exactly. But no, it's really important election, even though it's primaries. But we do have one race, which is our supervisor for our District 3 race. We have our incumbent Kelly Long. And then we have two other individuals that are also running against her. And so Kim Morrow Stevenson and then Heather Schmidt. So it's really important that people get out and vote because it does have an effect on our area. Our council member elections are in November. We have two seats that are up. But right now, I know they were saying voter turnout is really bad for primaries, but we actually have an opportunity to vote, and if you want to make a change, here's an opportunity on a county level, and this is happening throughout the county in general. But they make it so easy to vote. You do mail-in ballots. There's voting centers. You can go vote the day of the election, which is at the Blanchard Library. So yeah, if you haven't done it yet, please do it. And we're hoping that we get a decent turnout for this.
Can we have a debate on the validity of mail-in ballots?
Sure.
So
yeah, anytime.
Maybe for another show or
I do a mail-in. So,
you do a mail-in?
Mm-hmm, I switched it a few years ago to do it. So I used to go to a voting center that was by my house at a church, and I used to take my kids. They were small, and then I was like, "You're coming with me." So we would walk over there, and they would be in there with me. They like getting their little stickers that I vote and stuff, but they would go with me, and then they'd watch me vote and stuff like that. So taught them how to do it. Now they're adults, so they go out and vote themselves too now. So it's just, and you see a lot of people that do that to go to the voting centers. They bring their kids along. So even though the kids may not know what's going on, but they see that, at some point they'll understand that it's important that they do that.
And they see dad go like this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not like, I know there's people that probably do that, or they vote on the first one, whoever's on the top line.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But it's really important to do your background a little bit. The county does a great job sending information out to people. If you aren't registered to vote, you got to go vote or register. There's information at the county. The post office has that. You can go online. I know the County of Ventura has a great website that you can look through, and it's got all the information on how to get set up for it. I think even the day of the election, you can go and sign up to vote, and I think they let you do that now.
Yes.
So yeah, there's really no reason if you're an adult why you shouldn't be voting unless you just absolutely just don't want to do it. But it's important that we get out there and do that.
Okay.
Really, that's my 2 minutes.
That's your 2 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, get off your soapbox.
Exactly.
All right.
Oh.
And then I'll get on my soapbox
Your
about
turn.
the problems around mail-in ballots.
Mhm.
But anyway, we won't go there because we have some viewers that are actually watching us right now.
Good.
And I don't want to lose them.
Good. Yeah.
So we do have a special guest though.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about, last week I believe we were talking about, trying to get your social media and make it impact and everything like that. And I actually have some interesting information, which is really sad about who we are as a human race.
Mm-hmm.
But I figured, what better person to have online than to talk when we talk about social media explosions than our one and only very special guest.
I'm
today.
excited.
Are you excited? I will tell you, it is difficult to get a word in edgewise when we introduce him.
I've heard the legend. He's a legend.
He is a legend,
in
his own right.
In his own right.
Yeah.
And there's a myth out there about him,
There is.
But we're actually
Most of it is true.
It's true. But we have it in studio, so I'm like super jacked about this.
Oh, cool.
So
all right. So let's
either gonna be excited or it's gonna go down in a ball of flame, but we'll see. But I have hope.
All right, well, let's bring to the stage the one and the only Wildcat Jackson.
Well, hey, fellas. Well, that's right. You're damn right I'm a myth. And you're damn right you're not going to get a wood in edgewise. By the way, I'd rather go down in flames than go down sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Fellas, and I almost did that listening to you. But however, your show is very informative.
It is. And I have to tell you, Wildcat, up front,
yes.
That there is no explicit check mark on this show.
All right. So, in other words, you don't want me to say.
I know it's going to limit your speech a little bit.
I'm not going to say it. Don't. I won't.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to insult the 3 listeners that you have on.
Yeah.
Right there.
All right. My mom is one of them. Too.
Yeah. For all your shows.
My mom listens to everything.
And your wife is the second one.
Yeah.
I got you. Hit me.
All right. So Wildcat is going to be doing a show here next Saturday.
Oh, look at that. I'm on
March. Yeah.
Well, I look good.
You do.
How come I don't have a special light like you do? John and I are in the. We just get whatever.
You look better than I do.
Yeah.
I got all these shadows from my light.
I know. I'm hating this chair, and he didn't do a good job for you. So but look at him.
That's all right.
It's all about him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't look good today.
See, that's better. That's better.
Today?
Okay. Is that better for you?
Yes, that's
okay.
better. Less of you.
So, anyways, Wildcat is doing now. Traditionally, Wildcat is a carny. I think you would call it carny trash.
I do. I am not insulted by that. That is the truth. I am a sideshow performer. I do all kinds of sideshow, and I know what you're going to say. You're transitioning into my next show, and next venture. The thing is, Jim, if I'm going to be candid, it's all related because I'm a flim flam artist from way back. So whatever I can make a cheap buck, sideshow, flea circus, and John, have you ever heard of something called spiritualism?
Heard of it, but I don't know
well,
what it is.
In this context, in the 1800s, there was a movement that was very big. It was the spiritualist movement. And what that was is people were fascinated with death. So anything related to death, you could get people's attention. And in the 1800s, there was not a lot. Well, you remember, Jim. There was not a lot of competition for entertainment.
Why did you say I remember? Like I was back there in the 1800s.
So there was not a lot of stuff going on. So people would go to a lot of something called a seance. Do you know what that is? So seances were very, very popular in those days. And in fact, it was almost like an epidemic. They were everywhere. And later years, it was discovered that those seances, in fact, were scams. Some sisters, which you would know, the Fox sisters, am I right? You know a little bit of that history. They were the ones that kind of started this movement. And then it just kind of took on. Every scam artist in town started doing these seances, and they were finding ways to hoodwink people. People were convinced that they could talk to the departed loved ones, and then these folks would charge them a lot of money. So, they'd sit them around a table typically, and they would hold hands, and they would talk to the dead. Well, the show that we're doing, Talking to Spirits, will be here March 9th at the White Rabbit Magic Shop. And we are doing our own version of that, a very intimate showing around a table, I think seating about 10 or 11 people. 11 people, and folks can buy the ticket ahead of time. Now, I'm encouraging people to buy tickets as soon as possible because these tickets are going to go fast. They're already selling like hotcakes. Am I right, Jim?
Hotcakes.
Yeah. They like frozen. So I will say that this show is a theatrical seance.
Okay.
I don't want folks to think that that we're delving into anything religious or anything like that. This is for entertainment purposes. However, I have done my research, as any flim flam artist will, about the town. So I know some things about Santa Paula.
He also knows some things about me. That's why he's
Well, they used to
on
have
the show.
seances at the Glen Tavern here years ago.
Oh, I've heard about that
They
place.
would do that all the time.
Yeah,
but
that's
I don't.
haunted as hell.
Yeah, so
Wait,
I don't know if you.
can I say that?
Yeah, you can say
I don't know
that.
if you've dived into any of that research.
A little bit. I have discovered in the little research we've been doing that this whole town is haunted.
Yes.
I mean, it's like Ghostbusters. I mean, you walk around at night, there's something going on over there. There's something across the street over there. There's something in this building and that building. I mean, it's incredible. The commercial possibilities for this. Oh, wait a minute. I shouldn't be thinking out loud. So anyhow, if you are someone that is into that, it is meant to be a spooky good time, and it'll be about an hour and a half show. So we encourage you to come on down to White Rabbit Magic Shop and get your spooky on, as they say.
I'm curious as to,
Yeah.
how is it that you will communicate with the dead?
Well, I cannot divulge my secrets to a layman, which you are, in fact. But
Ooh.
I have my ways, sitting around the table, holding hands, ringing bells, doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Typical seance type shenanigans. You know how it is.
I tried to do a show where I had a bunch of beautiful women sitting around the table, and I told them we had to hold hands, but they weren't buying it. Yeah.
I don't even buy that story. And if we have time, we're hoping to conduct our own paranormal investigation as well. Yeah.
Could this place be haunted?
Ooh.
Could
Is there
it?
spirits in here?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could the
there's
ghost of
weird
previously
things that happen
successful
here.
business people?
I know.
Yeah. I think the only way to find out is to come down in person. Am I? And what is the link? Now I have some QR codes on this flyer, but it does not have a link. So I would say they could folks could go to www.littlebigstageproductions.com, and there's a payment platform there, and they can order their seats. There's even, this
You
is
can
how-
even do it at thomagic.org,
sure,
and you can click on the calendar link.
absolutely. And if you just want to do it for grins, you could even go to the Santa Paula Chamber of Commerce, and you can go there and see some information there as
It's
well.
on the calendar page.
Ah,
So we got
Yeah,
links
yeah.
so somebody actually submitted.
Yeah, some guy just submitted it randomly, and
Yeah.
I just uploaded it. So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
fine.
Somebody
Yeah.
else should be doing that.
Yes, yeah. Somebody like yourself.
Yeah,
perhaps.
Yeah, I'll say it if you ain't gonna say it. Well, if anybody out there is eager to speak to their dead relatives, we have a long list of folks that we want to speak to. So I don't think we're going to be able to do that in particularly. However, if they have interest in that sort of thing, they should come on down.
So could we talk to my dad right now?
Well, I don't know. What's his zip code?
Well,
But
he's
that's
dead.
That's ghost investigators talk. You don't know about that sort of thing. Well, I don't know. Are you really wanting to? Because you are putting us down an avenue that we don't know what's going to happen, Jim. Yeah. Thanks.
There.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Because that's. Were you trying to get that out of frame or in frame? I don't know.
All right, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, boy.
Wow.
Well,
I don't know if we wanted to go there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, those late night parties. You need to come in here and do cleanup.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is all this about?
Yeah.
It's
I
a
don't even-
disco ball.
Oh, it looks like an outdated IUD.
Wow, when you do multiple shows, they got to kind of clean up their stuff here, you know?
They don't
Wow.
even. They're not even awake and lucid when they're done. I'm guessing.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
So, one of the things that
Mhm.
we often talk about is trying to kind of up your presence and get yourself known throughout the community and
Sure.
whatnot.
Sure.
And I was doing a little research this week on social media influencers.
Yeah.
And here's a sad reality. The number one video, or let's see, the videos that tend to go the most viral are stupid, like really stupid stuff, meaningless, doesn't have, it's so. I was talking with one influencer, and we were looking at some of the content that I had, and they said, "Oh, that thing where you do the flash paper and you basically light yourself on fire? Do a 10-second snippet of that, and people will share it around because it's it'd be funny and blah blah blah." And it's like, yeah, but it doesn't say anything about who we are. It doesn't pitch a product. It doesn't talk about a service. And they're like, well, yeah, but it's not about that. It's just so that people know White Rabbit. And but it's like, it's sad, but the intelligence
Well,
of
the thing is, we don't get it because it's actually generational.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Exactly.
I'm not a professional. I mean, this is just my observation, but it is definitely generational. So it is actually there. It has become a type of sense of humor that is really indicative of that particular generation,
Yep.
because the generation is learning how to. The attention spans have shortened.
big time.
That's part of it. The attention span.
They were already getting
Yeah.
short, but because of this, they've gotten even shorter. And I am definitely showing my age by being cantankerous about it. But you can see it any place of business that you go to that is being worked by young people. You can see it in their demeanor and in their lack of what's the word? They are not able to socialize.
Communicate.
Yeah. It's totally different. So, but the thing is, do you embrace it or do you resist it? I mean, and it also depends on what demographic you want to appeal to.
Yeah.
I mean, you may not want to appeal to that generation. But I think the person that was giving you advice, I mean, I think they're right. You really, if you're trying to sell White Rabbit, it doesn't make any. You don't need to mention White Rabbit. You don't need to do any of that stuff. You just dangle something shiny in front of them and lure them towards your business.
So let me ask you this then. As adults, okay,
Who? Talking about us?
as elderly adults.
Oh, you didn't have to say that.
Well, I
Yeah.
just wanted to
We got a few
clarify.
generations here.
Yeah.
So, you know,
well,
okay.
no, we
Yeah.
only have one generation here.
Yeah, thanks for having my back.
Anyways, do people of our age that are watching, would any of those videos go viral? Like,
What do you mean?
Rephrase the
okay,
question.
so there's like, let's say somebody who lights a firecracker out of their butt. Okay, in that generation, the
I don't want to ask the question.
I know, in the 20 somethings, right? That would go viral.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Now, in our generation, do people at our age cause things to go viral?
Well, it depends on how you
Yeah.
approach it. I think it's anything is possible, but you have to open your mind.
Mhm.
But it also depends on who you're. I mean, if you're trying to make a PBS documentary go viral,
Yeah.
then there's a different way that you do it. You ain't gonna appeal to the kids unless you kind of manipulate it in a way that they think it's for them. But right away they're gonna look at it and they're gonna know that's not for them.
Right.
So they're gonna ignore it.
If you look at our generation, we're at the beginning of all that stuff.
Right.
And our kids are like right smack in the middle of it now, so I think that's why we show interest as a generation still in doing, because I mean, I look at, like they said, Facebook's for old people now. So, which we're all in that category, considered to our kids and stuff like that. But, now it's Instagram, it's all the other TikTok and all the other stuff. I'm not into any of that stuff, but it's just interesting. I think like I'll see some of my people, my friends, even my wife and stuff loves all that stuff. And I'm like, so why, what's the difference here?
Right.
So, but I know it's interesting to me, but I never dive into it, so I think we're on that cusp of the generation. And so
it becomes very difficult for somebody with who's more, let's say, reserved to make a social media impact then, because you got to be willing to do something kind of dumb in order to be impactful with a lot of the social media platforms today.
What was that show years ago with Johnny Knoxville?
Oh, that was many years ago now.
And
those guys are all middle-aged now.
But that's where that stuff was starting.
Jackass.
Yeah, where they were doing those.
Can we say that on the air?
Well, I don't want to say it. I'm glad he did.
Yeah. I mean, it takes one to know one, right? But I mean, also to think, John, think back. Do you remember Evel Knievel?
Yeah.
How is that different than what Evel Knievel used to do?
No different.
It's just the packaging.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Evel Knievel was our Jackass.
Yeah. So, I mean, and we just didn't have the phones to instant capture all that stuff.
Right.
That was on TV and however they presented on Saturdays or whatever it was done. So I remember watching that Evel Knievel, Wide World of Sports on Saturdays. And that was the big event for the day.
Yeah.
And you just watched him 9 times out of 10 crash and whatever.
So, and that's what you were hoping for, kind of.
You didn't want him to make it. Just like, so, it's just a different generation, but it's more instantaneous now.
Yeah.
And they have the tools to do that.
By the way, there's an imbalance in the world today.
Why are you?
You're drinking root beer? What happened to your Dr. Pepper?
Wow.
I ran out.
That's why you're a little tirade today.
I know it's a little unbalanced.
You're not happy right now. Yeah.
But you can't. The kids are not going to want to watch anything that you do just out of rebellion because you are not one of them.
Yeah.
So if you want to sell something, let's say for your business, you probably have to hire somebody younger to be in charge of your social media campaign.
Yeah.
And don't show your face.
Yeah. See, I look at it embracing it now because we can actually use that to our advantage, with the younger generation. I know it's hard to make the change. I know you still want to be the face of it or most business, but you got to get the younger generation in there,
I just got voted out on this show. And
you're married, you're used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, when did this become a park bench and we were throwing crumbs at pigeons? I feel like I should be yelling at kids with my cane. Well, it changes, and like we were mentioning the Jackass fellas, it's true. If you look at them, they all have gray hair. They can't do it anymore, but they hired a whole bunch of young guys
to take over
to continue the franchise. And now they're rolling in dough. So really, you just got to learn when to mature and kind of.
You got to move into the background producers portion of it, and you'll actually make just as much money. You're just not going to be the main guy anymore.
Well, do you really want to make just as much money as you are now? I mean, you kind of want to make more, don't you?
It doesn't matter, really. Okay, let me say, you can.
I just got myself voted off the island, and I wasn't even on the island.
Well, if you're gonna put yourself on the throne, you better get ready for some tomatoes because
well,
it's kind of
wow.
It may if we were to bring in a young person that maybe an influencer and started posting stuff, guarantee you viewership is going to go up. So we need to bring somebody in that generation.
Well, but also too is the subject matter.
Yeah.
Is the subject matter?
Where'd you go, Wildcat?
Oh, I'm right here. Am I? Did I go away?
Well, you did on the mic.
Yeah.
You got too relaxed, and you're like stepped away from the mic.
Well, it's these chairs. You can't help it.
I know.
It's like a sedative.
You got the best chair here. And,
I think you do that on purpose. But
I did. My chair is also taller than everybody else's.
By the way, did I mention there's a show March 9th here at the White Rabbit Magic Shop? You can get your tickets online at thomagic.com
.org
or at littlebigstageproductions.com. And I would say get your tickets as soon as possible. And you can also check that out at the Santa Paula Chamber of Commerce website. As well.
No,
So
yeah,
are
I
you
don't.
gonna have better chairs than what we have?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, we're gonna run a tight ship.
Yes.
None of this. These chairs that bend back on you when you're not expecting it.
Wildcat has a tendency to fall asleep in the show too. So, not the seance.
As he's performing?
No,
That would be
like,
awesome.
No, usually when I'm doing the Magic Talk podcast with them,
Okay.
that's usually when I fall asleep when I'm listening to them drone on about playing cards.
Well, yeah, I probably would too. That's,
yeah. I mean, don't tell Josh I said
I won't
that.
tell
Yeah. Well,
Is there that much information on playing cards? I don't know.
He comes out with a new deck every single week,
Is he like, this is an ace?
and he opens it up.
well, you know,
On air.
there's
Wow, okay.
That's
yeah.
like $1,800 worth of open playing cards. That
well, that last deck of playing cards.
$40 deck, and he opened it.
Really?
Yes.
What makes it $40?
It was foiled and it was numbered, and
Just
it's
whatever.
not
the
$40
design was?
anymore.
Well, that's your problem.
Yeah.
Well, listen, did I mention that there's a show March 9th called
Yes.
Talking to Spirit? I did mention that. Oh,
No, mention it again.
Oh yeah, Talking to Spirits here at the House of Magic, which is / White Rabbit Magic Shop. And might I mention that if you do come out to the show, if you come out to Santa Paula and let's say you're from another town, there are lots of places to come and eat and hang out. Lots of great places. Do you know, I just went to it's not a new restaurant, but it's new to me. It's been around a year. Cocina
1912.
1912
Yes.
down at the end of Main Street on the other side of town. It's I feel like it's kind of hidden away a little bit because I usually, if I come to visit town, I'm usually on this side of town. Everything is there.
It's a new area that we're developing.
I saw that.
Yeah. So there's another restaurant that's opening up right next
I
door.
saw that. Yeah.
There's a tattoo shop that just opened up. So there, and then the oil museum is going to be redesigned, and they're going to have a whole new, displays, and it's just going to be a whole new center there. So that's all the growing area of downtown right now.
It's a nice little area. Well, the whole Main Street area, that main drag,
Mhm.
is just a nice place to walk because
Yeah.
I was here passing out flyers for the show, Talking to Spirits on
Mhm.
March 9th. And there is a board game shop that just opened up. There are a few things, and the pizza place is fairly new. But one of the things that I'm excited about is that some of these guys are open until 10.
Yeah.
Which is rare for Santa Paula.
Yeah, especially on the weekends, you'll see them open later.
It's really nice.
Yeah, usually by 10 o'clock, everything's closed in downtown. But yeah, it's great. It's
Yeah.
been an evening.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and the younger kids, I see some of the teenagers coming out a little
Yeah.
more. But this Cocina 1912
Mhm.
Was excellent. Have you? I know.
We had the board installation for
Yeah.
the chamber
Mhm.
was there.
breakfast there.
Really?
Mhm.
Because they have a banquet room next door, right?
Yeah, we used that for the first time. They've actually really did that, and it was great. You know, we introduced all of our new board members for the year, and they did a breakfast for us. It was great. The food was awesome.
And
I
they did a
had
custom breakfast for me.
something. Would they give you like a cheeseburger?
Just scrambled eggs.
Or like a?
Yeah, we had all this nice food, and I had to
You
get a
kidding
special
me?
order for him.
And you had to order bland food
Yeah.
from the Mexican restaurant.
I know it killed them.
Scrambled. You couldn't even get like a bean burrito or something.
No, it
You could have
was.
gotten
Yeah.
just quesadilla cheese. That would have
Yeah,
been better.
it would have been
you
like
know?
a Mexican grilled cheese sandwich. You could have handled that for your 6-year-old palate.
But then he had to sit there, and I didn't want his stomach to start grumbling.
Oh,
if he had something
yeah.
out of the ordinary.
Well, I
Yeah.
had chilaquiles this morning.
Those are excellent.
Holy mackerel. Chilaquiles, however, so I asked her for something spicy. I asked her for hot sauce. She brought out like 6 different bottles, and they're all labeled clearly. So
Mhm.
I had to try all of them. But the one I did not try was the one that was very hot. Because the hot one or the medium hot, whatever it was pretty hot.
Yeah,
And
no,
the next,
their hot ones,
they're-
crazy hot.
Oh, is it crazy
That's
hot?
good though.
Is it? Well, I'm tempted, but however, that's why I was a little late because I was busy revisiting my chilaquiles. But it was delicious. It was the only that my white cowboy sensibility would ask for is they don't serve something called cafe de olla,
Not yet.
and I wish they would.
Yeah, they're
because
working on
I'm
that.
addicted to that stuff.
Yeah,
Did
that's
you
just great.
did you call yourself a white cowboy?
Yeah. Just because I have black hair doesn't mean that I am not. Jim, don't ruin the illusion, all right? Jesus Christ.
Well, they can see you on
It don't
camera.
matter just because I'm brunette. don't mean that I'm not. What the hell are you doing, dude? Get out of my vibe. Jesus Christ.
He's got a tan. I mean,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Ain't you,
know?
ever seen? I don't know. Well, who's an example? Colin Farrell. He's Irish and he's got dark hair.
Okay.
You don't even know who the hell it is. Well, anyway, I'm here plugging this restaurant. The ladies in there were very nice.
Yes.
Older ladies cooking, and then the young lady that brought the food out. And I love the design of the place because it has sort of an old school yet modern, almost like Southwestern look to it.
Well, it used to have panels like this, and they took it off, and it had all this beautiful brick behind
Underneath it.
Yeah, and then the ceiling too. They took the drop ceiling, and it's all these nice original beams.
Oh, it's
they
nice.
restored it to like some of the original when it was
It's
built.
really cool.
It's great.
It feels modern
Yeah.
with an old feel to it, and then the Spanish tile.
Yeah.
I just love because I love places like that. And it's different than the other Mexican restaurants in town.
Mhm.
I would gladly go, but I was shocked. It was early in the morning for breakfast, and I was the only one in there.
Mhm.
It was empty.
Yeah, during the week it's a little tougher, but weekends you can't get a seat in there.
Oh, I bet.
On Friday, Saturday, Sundays it's packed.
I bet. But they
Yeah.
close early. They
Yeah,
close like
they do
at 4.
breakfast and lunch.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I
For
mean,
now,
yeah. Well, yeah, you got to try it out.
because they're
right?
just getting started. So
sure. I
eventually
understand.
there'll be all dinner included and stuff. So
So, do you drink coffee?
No.
No wonder you're the way you are. So you should you should have some cafe de olla one day. You'll get addicted to it.
that stuff's awesome.
Dr.
Oh,
Pepper.
Yeah.
So cafe de olla is an old school type of coffee, Mexican coffee. And if you will indulge me with a little bit of a history lesson, cafe de olla, and you may know this, John. Cafe de olla was invented during the Mexican Revolution. When the women, as they call them, adelitas, I believe, the women that were part of the revolution, they took the old coffee that was stale and kind of had been sitting around because they needed to make do, and they added seasonings to it to make it taste better for the soldiers.
Yeah.
A little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of piloncillo, as they say,
Yep.
some herbs, and bam, you got an addiction.
It's excellent. It goes great with chilaquiles.
Yeah, that's right.
But it doesn't beat the 23 flavors that are in a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Well, your cafe de oil might go great with your eggs in a burrito,
Mhm.
or your quesadilla.
Or start slow and get yourself a sweet bread. Get some
There you
pan dulce. Do they probably don't sell pan dulce?
No, they don't
there.
sell it there. Have you tried pan dulce?
No, Jesus.
Wow,
Come on, dude.
You live in Santa
Yeah,
Paula. Come on.
I mean, come on now. You
Wow.
got to go. I think I saw a bakery down the street.
There's
a
one
bakery
right here, just down the street over here on Harvard.
Yeah.
Yanitas, some of the best bread in town, Mexican pastries in town.
Mm.
Yeah, they got a little bit. They got donuts too. So for if you're not a Mexican pastry, they do have donuts.
No.
So,
that's sacrilege. If you're gonna go in there, get yourself. Do you think they sell cafe de olla in there?
I don't know if they do. They do sell food there though. too.
Yeah,
they have great food also.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll have to bring you a couple pieces of bread. Just to
With
try
some.
it.
If you don't want coffee, have some hot chocolate.
I like hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Have you ever had Mexican hot chocolate?
No.
Mexican hot chocolate's great.
Yeah, I think you'll love that. I think you'll love it because I know you have a sweet tooth, a bit of a sweet tooth.
So does Mexican pastries get to you? It's just bread and toppings and stuff.
Oh, you mean stomach wise?
Yeah, so
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I think you should try it. I don't think it's not spicy at all.
Remember what he said, my 6-year-old palate. So
I
Yeah,
mean, he eats tater tots and grilled cheese sandwiches. So
I think my grandson is one could probably take you down.
but
I mean, he's got a pretty good stomach for things.
yeah.
but
no doubt.
that's okay. That's all right because we will educate you.
All right.
How about that? Yeah,
That sounds great.
Got a
Yeah.
great lesson today.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
like that?
we did a good plug for a local business.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did I mention that there's a show, Talking to Spirits, March 9th here at the lovely White Rabbit Magic Shop. You can get your tickets online. There's a QR code at the bottom of this flyer. So if you're watching this, take your phone to it and you can click on it just like that, and that'll take you to where you can get your tickets. Otherwise, go to thomagic.org or littlebigstageproductions.com.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I don't think he brought that up.
No. By the way, how much are tickets?
Well, tickets are $30. However, you got to remember that this is a specialty experience. We're going to be talking to spirits.
That's a bargain for what you're going to offer.
I
It
think
really
so.
is.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
And it's
but
only 11 people around the table. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a very intimate
An
experience.
intimate personal show for $30 and for you said an hour and a half, 2 hours entertainment.
I think so.
Where can you beat that? here
I
in
mean,
town?
talk about a killer
Yeah.
date night. Come to town, go to Cocina 1912. get yourself some chilaquiles or a quesadilla if you prefer, and then come on down. You can you can't really walk to the shop from there,
No.
but it's not a far drive. It's about
No.
So, John, what are you doing this Saturday?
This Saturday, I'm actually watching my grandkids this Saturday.
Yeah, bring them on down.
Yeah.
They'll love the Talking to Spirits.
Yeah.
That's next Saturday, March
Next
9th.
week.
Not this
Yeah.
Saturday?
No, it's next week.
No,
Next
it's only the first on Friday.
What's today? Oh, today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, next Saturday.
Next Saturday. What are you
After-
doing next
after the
Saturday?
election.
I'll have to look at my schedule on that.
But don't
Yeah.
don't bring your nephews though. I don't think it'd be appropriate. How old are your nephews?
No, my grandkids.
Your grand? Oh,
They're only one.
Yeah.
So,
What are you doing?
No,
What are you doing?
that's not gonna-
yeah,
no.
Are you kidding me? Eat hot and spicy food.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they ain't gonna like ghosts. We don't want them crying the whole time.
No, this is an adult only show.
It is an adult only
So-
show, but that's interesting. And where else can you get that in our county?
I know.
For $30. Come on.
And I will reiterate that we are going to be actually using history of the town, and I've discovered some interesting history of the town. So that's a customized a thing for Santa Paula.
Cool.
And can you get a picture with you after?
Of course you can.
See?
If you want, I mean, I will. Well, we won't get into that right now, but whatever you like, just ask me afterwards, and I will indulge you
What a bargain.
for a price.
That's a bargain.
A bonus.
No, that's excellent. So
Yeah.
appreciate you coming in.
Oh,
That's
thank you for
awesome.
having me, fellas. I know that we're out of time. I could tell. Yeah, my sciatica's going. I just felt something. Did you feel that?
No,
There was a little bit of a sound to it too.
I heard something.
like a
yeah.
little bit of a ding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
might have been a little grumbling.
from the chilaquiles.
Yeah.
I'm ready for more.
There you
As
go.
long as there's a batch in
You
there.
got to try the hot sauce.
The
though.
hottest one?
Hottest one.
I will. I needed to kind of work up to it.
It'll change your life.
Yeah, I bet it will. I bet
Talk
it
about
will.
spirits coming out.
Oh yeah, boy, yeah. Talk
Yeah,
about the dead
that'll be a
waking
whole
up.
new perspective.
That'll wake the dead, won't
That's
it?
right, it will.
Yeah, and they make it in house. I bet.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
Everything's in
you
house.
could tell. You
Mhm.
could tell. I want if you got a little old lady in the back, nothing's gonna be store bought.
Her
That's all.
recipes are awesome. Yeah.
Mm,
Anyway,
yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
So John, we have the Saturday morning. We have the
Farmers Market
Farmers
still going
Market.
strong, 10 to 2 at Anna's Cider, corner of 8th and Main.
this Friday. We have our improv show.
Yeah.
So-
and we have a mixer coming up. We'll announce it next week. We'll
Okay.
go through it.
We'll do that.
And then we have Cruise Night coming up first Friday in April. We're
Wow.
gearing up for that. So Cruise Night season's back. So
That's
we'll
incredible.
have an announcement on that probably next week as well.
I'm gonna be dead soon.
Oh, well,
At the rate,
You are?
at the rate the calendar's going, I'm gonna be dead soon.
Plus, we have our Chamber Awards in the state of the city coming in April. So we'll talk
And
about
we
that
have
as well.
we also have the Oscar party.
Oscar party March 10th at Palazzo with Miss Peggy Kelly and Santa Paula Times. Get your best gear out for that one too.
Yeah.
So yeah, there, our in our intro where it talks about there's so much going on in the community.
Yeah.
There is. Yeah. Santa Paula, it's amazing what we
Your little town is popping.
yeah, we got
There's
a
all
lot
kinds of
happening.
stuff.
So you can go to the SantaPaulaChamber.com website. We have a lot of stuff on our calendar, including what's the show you're doing?
Oh, hey, I'm
Yeah.
glad you mentioned
Yeah.
that. Talking to spirits.
There you go. Okay.
Right here at the shop.
It'd be better if you talked into the mic though, Wildcat.
It don't matter. You've heard me all. Am I too far from it?
Yeah.
Okay. How about that?
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fine. That's
So
fine.
we got that chamber and your site.
THOmagic.org.
Yes. And you can also go to the city site, spcity.org, for anything about the city.
There you go.
Also, they update their stuff regularly as well.
Cool. All right, everybody. Wow, see, we went 10 minutes over time
That's okay.
because he talks. And
He-
talks.
He's an awesome guest. I
Yeah,
want him
well,
back.
Well, thank
Okay?
you, John.
Yes,
Thank
want
you.
him back.
I will talk chilaquiles with you anytime. Anytime.
We should do a remote show over there,
Oh, that's
and we
an-
do the tasting of the
Oh,
chili of the salsas as we're talking.
That's an
I
excellent
will
idea.
I will host that gladly.
I'd love to have. I love. To
No,
see you
I will
do that.
host that
Well,
gladly.
they would love that. What a great promo.
Joshua will be my stand-in.
But we'll
No,
put
you-
it on
you
it.
get-
We'll put it on a quesadilla, just a little drop, and let you
Yeah.
just keep going and see what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Joshua
and
will
we'll
be
have
my
a six-pack
stand-in.
of Dr. Pepper there for you. Just
Wash it down.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
All right.
See, that was easy.
That's awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
It'll be a date. Well, we can definitely do a remote because we are equipped to go on site.
Great.
So, anyway, thank you all for listening. We will talk to you all next week. In the meantime, don't forget about the farmers market and the improv show this Friday. Stay safe.